Hello learners, I welcome you all to Dr. D.Y. Patil Vidyapeeth Pune. My name is Professor Toshi Dave and today again we are going to deal with the course. The title of the course is R Programming for Data Analysis and Visualization, and the course code is OMBAIML 306 as well as OMBBA 306. Okay. So, in the last session, we had discussed some of the programming concepts in R. Like we had already discussed that what are matrices, what are the data types, what are the data structures. The last unit we were covering was unit number 3, and the title of the unit was Fundamental of Programming in R. Okay, in that fundamental of programming in R, let me again share you my screen, and I'm just going to give you a little brief on that. Okay, let me share you my screen. Okay, is the screen is visible to everyone? Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to give you a brief because most of the unit was already covered on only one topic was remained, and some of the practical implementations was about to be shown to you guys. Okay, so let us take a brief overview of fundamentals of programming in R. Okay, so here we go. So the very basic programming concepts in R are operators, conditional statement, loops, and functions. Okay, now we are aware of the things that what are operators. Operators are those who perform some mathematical computation over the operands. Okay, they generally operators can be bifurcated as 3, that is unary operator, binary operator, and ternary operator. Fine. Like increment operator, decrement operator, you are aware of these things like arithmetic operator, logical operator, relational operator, and so on. Talking about conditional statements, these statements works on conditions only, and many based on the satisfaction of the condition, they generate either true or false. That is, they will give you logical output. Clear? Next, coming to loops. Loops are the very basic concept in R. In any of the, in fact, programming language, what loops do is, loops allow you to repeat something. Whatever task you want to repeat, you can repeat it, but using loops. For example, I'm going to give you a task of write natural numbers up to 1 lakh or 1 million. 10 million. What will you do? Will you do it manually? No. Now you are a technical person. Just write for loop, use the loop concept, and within 2 statements, 10 million repetition will be done, that for natural numbers. Clear? Next concept is functions. Functions are none but the very basic building block of R programming. Okay, what functions provide you is, whenever you require any task or whenever you need that, see, what loop allows you is to repeat the same thing but at once. Clear? Now, talking about a specific task, for example, if my lines of code, my LOC is more than 100 million, okay, that is, there are 100 million lines in my programming. Okay, now on some random places, I want to calculate addition of 2 numbers. Okay, and those random I want at 10 places, at 10 random places, I want to perform addition. So how can I do that? For that, I will require function. Why? What I will do in function, I will just create a module, and I will memorize its name. Okay, and that module, what I will do, at those 10 random places, I will just call that function, and every time calculation will be done or addition will be done. Okay, I will show you how to create a function. Okay, Let's go to the operators. In R, we have arithmetic, assignment, logical, relational, miscellaneous operators. Arithmetic operators are plus, minus, multiply, divide, modulus. Assignment are equal to an arrow operator. Logical operator will give you output in form of true and false, and logical not is the one who will give you opposite whatever you had given as input. Clear? Relational operator are used to show who is bigger, who is smaller, and so on. Are they equal or not? Such type of things are belongs to relational operator. And we have two miscellaneous operator. One is colon and one is percentage star percentage. Colon is used to print the series or to utilize the series in any of the R concept, and percentage star percentage is used to multiply matrices. Okay, to multiply more than one matrices at a time. Clear? So these were the miscellaneous operator. Next, we had already covered conditional statements. We can write conditions using these four, like using if. Okay, let me show you the practical implementation once again, so you will be able to memorize it. Hold on. I need to share you the screen. Okay. Okay, is the screen is visible to everyone now? Fine. Okay. So, talking about conditional statement, condition means again whether the condition will be fulfilled or it will not be fulfilled. Okay. So, the output of any of the condition is either yes or no, but in terms of IT or in terms of computers, it is for yes, it is true, and for no, it is false. Clear? Are you hungry? The output is either true or false. Clear? So let me take you back again, showing you the practical implementation of simple if. X is holding the value 39, and we are about to check that whether 39 is greater than 0. Now, as you know that either you will also answer yes or no. So in computers also, it is having true and false. Okay. So if 39 is greater than 0, the output will be this if the condition is met. And if it is not, we had written nothing. And this is what the simple if is. Okay. Talking about if else, based on the satisfaction of the condition, what to do? Okay, if the age is greater than 18, then this truth part will be executed. And if the age is not greater than 18, not less than or equal to, okay, what I had mentioned, just listen to me carefully by viewing the screen. If age is greater than 18, truth part will be executed. And if age is not greater than 18, then false part will be executed. This is what is the utility of else part in if. Keep this in mind that you have to write condition only with if statement. Clear? You cannot write condition with else part. Okay? With else part, you are supposed to write the false part of the condition. Right? Now, how about if you want to write again a condition with the else part? Okay, so for that we have if else. Like here, if x is greater than 0, condition is true, this part will be executed. And if this condition is false, now because condition can be written only with if only, so with the else we had attached again if to write the condition, writing like else if x is less than 0, then again based on this output of the condition, that is true or false, again truth part it will be executed, or else of this condition, that is false part, will be executed. Clear? So this is how if else look like. Now in the last session we had discussed already that there must be, not should, there must be, it is mandatory to keep in mind the indentation. What is indentation? The spaces or tabs you are providing. Clear? As you can see that there is a space provided. Okay, so these are the part of indentation. In R supports indentation to some extent, but talking about Python is very strict with respect to indentation. It is strictly indentation type of language. Clear? Now, next is nested if. Nested if means if within if. That is based on condition 1, again, next condition will be executed. Clear? So here also in nested if, we are trying, see, this is condition 1. If this condition is true, only then condition 2 will be checked. This is what the concept of nested if is. That is what nested if. Clear? So now if both these conditions are true, only then this else part will be generated. And if this condition, that is condition 1 is true and condition 2 is false, then the false part will be executed. Clear? This else belongs to this if. Okay? The way you start nesting to any concept, whether it is loop or conditional statements like if, the way you start nesting, in the reverse order, you have to close it. You have to close the nesting or stop the nesting. Clear? So if you see, this is condition 1. Let me write over here so that you will be, it will be easy for you guys to understand this. This is condition 1. Okay. Now, based on this condition 1, condition 2 will be checked. Okay. Now, if condition 1 is true and condition 2 is also true, then this truth part will be executed. But if condition 1 is true and condition 2 is false, then this part will be executed. Now, this else belongs to condition 2 only. Okay, it is based on condition 2. This is the false part for condition 2. Now, if I want to see that where is the false part of condition 1, then you have to see where it is getting closed. Okay. Did you notice on my screen? Again, I'm going to click. Just view it properly. Just look at on 39. Okay. This is how you can detect using the intelligence of the R Studio, that whenever you click on any of the closing scope or parenthesis, the opening parenthesis or opening scope will be also highlighted. Clear? So as I clicked on the closing scope, the opening scope was highlighted by R Studio. And this is what it makes intelligent. Okay. Now here talking about else part. Now this else part is of condition 1. Okay. I'm writing it just for your convenience. Clear? Now there, as you can see that because it was nesting, opening scope is here and closing scope is here. So everything must be provided with the proper or appropriate indentation. Clear? Next, talking about loops, we are having variety of loops. Okay. Generally, we categorize loops as 2, that is entry control and exit control. Okay. Entry control means that when the interpreter, okay, in R Studio, you are having interpreter, translator. When interpreter is about to enter to the body of the loop, it's like when you are about to enter into your classroom, you are first taking permission. May I come in, ma'am? If your ma'am will respond you as yes, only then you can come into the class. Else you are not supposed to enter the class. Clear? So this is how entry control loop works. On the entrance, they will put condition. If the output of the condition is true, only then the body of the loop will be executed. And if the output of the condition is false, body of the loop will not executed at all. Clear? So here we go. I had created a vector. Okay. N is the name of my vector. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, because I want to explore or I want to access each and every element of N. So this is how I can access. Have a look on it. For X in N, X means X will represent the every single element of N. Clear? So initially the value of x will be 1, next it will be 2, next it will be 3, and so on. Clear? So this is how, as you can see, initially it was 1, the value of x was 1, 1 is printed. Then after increment, 2 is printed. After increment, 3 is printed, 4 is printed, and 5 is printed. This is how for loop works. Now, again, here is a second program, okay, where we are combining the concept of loop with if, okay, and it is possible. Based on our requirement, we can juggle up, we can aggregate multiple concepts or multiple fundamentals of the programming concepts in any of the programming language. In fact, we can aggregate, we can segregate any of the concept. Okay, so as here you can see that I want to count even numbers in my vector. Okay, my vector variable name is num. Okay, so I had executed it. I had just used a random number. Okay, now what I want is I want to count. If I found very first even number, I will call it 1. Next, I will, if I found next, then it will be 2 and so on. This is what counter does. Clear? So here I had initialized counter with 0. Why? Because from some value I had to start. And the plus point of 0 is that if you add any number to 0, you will get the same number. Like 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 5 is 5. Okay. 0 will have no impact at all on your programming logic. Clear? So I had started my counter with 0 and I'm trying to access or explore each of the number in my num variable, num vector. Clear? So for I in num, I want to check that whether they are even or not. See, now what is the logic of even is when you divide any number with 2 and the remainder is 0, this means that it is an even number. And if the remainder is not 0, this means that it is an odd number. Like 3 divided by 2, the remainder is 1. 5 divided by 2, the remainder is 2. Are you getting my, again, sorry, it is 1 again. Okay, are you getting my point that if for even number, the remainder must be 0. Clear? Now, because I want to work with remainder rather than with quotient, for quotient we use divide symbol. But to work with remainder, we require modulus operator. Modulus means percentage. Okay, it is symbolized by percentage. So I am trying to check that if modulus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, if this condition is true, then counter will begin. For example, 2 divided by 2 is 0. The value of count was 0. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So the new value of the count is 1. Again, exploring the loop, next value is 3. 3 modulus 2 is equal to 0. No. So there will be no updation in the count value. Next, 12. 12 divided by 2, again 0. Counter will be added. That is second time. 1 plus 1 is 2. Clear? So likewise this, I'm going to execute the count and also I'm going to print the count. So in this complete vector, I'm having 4 even numbers. Clear? That is 2, 12, 14 and 64. Else remaining numbers are not giving me remainder 0. Clear? Likewise, if you want, you can do it even for odd numbers too. But here you have to write not equal to. That's it. Clear? Now, so this was all about our for loop. Next is, here I am going to, using the same above logic, here I am going to give you a demonstration for break and next, which are again the part of loops. Clear? So again, look on your screen that here again I had created a vector My vector variable name is n, and I'm using for loop. I'm going to explore all the values in n. Clear? Now I'm checking that if the value of I becomes 5 is over here, okay? Just break the loop, okay? And if I is not equal to 5, then print the value of I. Print it on the screen, console screen. Clear? So it would print 2, 3, 12, 14. Okay. As it encounters 5, just look what it will do. Up to 14 it had printed, but as when the value of I became 5 and it matched that 5 is equal to 5, what happened is break statement has stopped the execution of for loop. So whenever you want to jump out of the loop, you have to use break statement. Now keep this in mind that whenever you are jumping out of the loop, then after that remaining values cannot be explored or accessed. Clear? Because 19, 23, 64 has not been printed on the console screen, if you see. Okay, so this is what break does. What break keyword will do? Break will take the control out of the loop. Clear? And to implement break, you have to mention a condition again. So this is why break statement is also the part of conditional statement, and generally it is used with loops or iterations. Clear? Next, another type of loop is while. Earlier we had see how for loop works. Now there is while loop. While and for loop both works like entry control loop. That is, on the entrance, if the condition is true, only then the body of the loop will executed, else it is not. Clear? So here I am going to initialize the value of a from 1. Okay. And here I had also initialized the value of some variable as 0. I want to calculate the sum of up to 10 numbers. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting from 1 up to 10, because less than equal to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each of the numbers are less than or equal to 10, because up to 10 I want. Clear? And to calculate the sum, I had initialized sum as 0. So 0 plus the initial value 1. 0 plus 1, 1. There is an increment in a value, that is initially a was 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. Now 2 is less than equal to 10, true. The previous value of sum was 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, and so on. Likewise, the sum of up to 10 numbers will be displayed to you using this. But because I want to show you the demonstration of while loop, see, if you add the numbers 1 to 10, you will get the sum 55. So here the statement sum is equal to sum plus a is just adding all the numbers starting from 1 up to 10, and a is equal to a plus 1 is none but the increment in a's value. Initially value is 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even you can write it plus plus. Okay, we have an option for that. Next is repeat. Okay, repeat is also a type of loop in R. Okay, none of the any other languages having this concept. So here x has been initialized using 11. Now you want to repeat print x. Okay, and if x is greater than 15, if x is greater than 14, just break the loop. Else do increment in x value by 1. Okay, now because x has been initialized with 11, so it will print the value 11. Is 11 is greater than 14? Now the fact is this condition has been placed after print statement. That this means that irrespective of the condition, irrespective of matching with the condition, whether the output of the condition is true or false, at least repeat will start its task. Clear? In many of the other programming functions, we have this concept which is known as do while loop. Clear? And generally in C++, and Java also uses this do while loop concept. Okay. Now the fact is that do while loop is known as exit control loop. Control means condition. It will put condition when you are about to exit out of the loop body. Clear? So let me show you. If you go through the logic, it must not be done. Okay. For example, this repeat can be used whenever you are about to play on any of the mobile application based games. Okay. Whether you had crossed the previous stage or level or not, but at least once your application will get open and will allow you to play. Clear? So this is what it is doing. But every time it is checking that x must be greater than 14. And if it is so, it will break because x initialized by 11. So 11 is greater than 14. No, break will not happen. Next, incremented 12. 12 is greater than 14. No, again already printing has been done. Then 13. 13 will be printed. 13 is greater than 14. No, again increment will be done. Next 14, again 14 will be printed. 14 is greater than 14. No, again increment will be done. Now it's 15. 15, repeat, 15 will be printed, right? Because printing statement is above the condition. If 15 is greater than 14, condition true. As it became true, it will throw you out of the body of the loop, and the body of the loop is this one. Clear? So not this one, sorry, up to this one. Clear? So this is how repeat loop works. Okay, whether your condition met or not met. On 15 you can see that whether the condition is true or false, irrespective of that, it will allow you to access the body of the loop at least once. After that, it will not allow you. This is what repeat loop do. Okay, one more thing. You had seen what is break statement, right? Break will throw you out or it will allow you to jump out of the body of the loop. But if you see continue statement, no, it is not having continue. Is it so? Okay, it is not having continue, but it is having next. Okay. Generally, in other programming languages, that keyword is continue, but in R, that concept is known as next. Clear? Because I also know many of the programming languages, so sometimes it creates juggleness in my mind. Okay, so here we go again with the next statement. Okay, if you remember, break was taking you out of the body of the loop. That is, if the value of I is equal to 5, then it will not print the remaining elements. But if you want that only 5 should not print, only this condition must not executed, remaining values must be explored or accessed. So for that you need to use the next keyword. Okay, if I again execute this, as you can see that 2 3 12 14 has been printed, 5 has been skipped, that is bypassed, and 19 23 64 has been again printed. Okay, just hold on for 2 minutes. Okay. Sorry for interruption. Actually, it was a little bit urgent for me. Actually, okay. So, coming back to next statement, what next will do is next will bypass the condition. When condition will met, it will bypass the thing in the loop. Clear? Generally, we use this break statement or next statement in loops only, just to jump out of the loop. Clear? Now, next is and the most important part, function. Let me take you to the slides again. Now you are aware of the loops in our for while repeat. You guys have already seen in this. As you can see that for and while these two are entry control, this they will put condition before the body of the loop executes, and repeat will execute the condition irrespective of the output of the condition. It will at least once allows you to enter the body of the loop or executes the body of the loop once, for once only. Okay, so these were the practical implementation. Fine. Next is functions. Now, talking about function, what are function? Very first thing, they are the named block or module. Okay, you will provide a name to your function. Clear? Next is they will perform a specific type of task. Okay, why we introduce the concept of function? Because we want to reuse the that specific task at some random places, at some random location in our program, because loops allow you to repeat the thing but at the same location. You cannot repeat it right now and afterwards. It's not like that. So to repeat the task at random places, at some random location in your programming code, you need to create a function. And whenever you want that task to be done, just call it. Clear? And the task will be done. So previously you had already dealt with a variety of functions. Okay, print was a function. Okay, then data, when you were importing iris data was itself a function. Okay, some of the function I had mentioned over here, mean, sum, and so on. These are all predefined functions. Clear? Which are already available in your R package. But if you want to create your own function, then the procedure for that is like this. Is it visible? Okay. Functions in R. So to create a function, you have to use the keyword function. Okay. Now, what this thing is doing, function A, comma B. I had passed two parameters or two variables. Generally, variables and parameters are same. Variables are directly holding the value. But when you attach your variable with the function, they become parameter or argument. As there is no difference. This A and B will again hold any type of value unlike your variable. The fact is that what is parameter or argument, they are same like variable, they will also hold value. When you associate your variables with function, that time they become parameter or argument. Clear? So here, because I had used the keyword function, so A and B, now they are no more variables to me, but now they had become parameter or argument to me. Now, what you want to do is you want to print the power. Okay, like 2 raised to the power is 2 raised to the power 3 is 8. You want to perform such type of function. Okay, so for that you have to use caret symbol. Okay, mathematically how you used it, like you in the base you write 2 and you require superscript to write 3. Clear? So rather than writing superscript, here you have to use caret symbol. Clear? And thing will be printed, that is output will be printed, and all this thing will be has been assigned to a variable named power. Clear? So the name of your function is power over here. Okay. And what you want is whatever value is passed to this power function, that will be calculated. That is, power will be calculated based on that. So here, how to call the power function with its name, right? So the name of my function is power, and for a and b, I had passed 2 comma 3. This means that 2 raised to the power 3. Clear? So output 8 will be displayed to you. Let me show you. Power 2 raised to the 3. Okay, it is not visible to you. Is it now visible? So 8 has been displayed. Okay. Fine. So 2 raised to the power 3 is 8. Next, although A and B are known as actual parameter, why? Because you had created it at the time of creating function. So this is why A and B are the actual parameter. But whatever parameter you passed at the calling time are known as formal parameter. Clear? So, one more thing is here you can even write x and y. It will not make a difference. Okay. So x and y are my formal parameter, whereas a and b are my actual parameter. Clear? Now, one more thing is, so what I am doing is, generally what happen is when you pass 2 comma 3, okay, so 2 will be assigned to variable a, that is first value will be assigned to first variable, and second value will be assigned to the second variable. Clear? Now, I want that the first value that I had assigned to b is this first value should be assigned to second variable, and this second value of a should be assigned to the first variable, that is first actual parameter. So for that, you can write this. This is just the part of the experimentation. Generally, what we do is we do this. Clear? This is just for your sake. So B is allotted to 3 and 4 is allotted to A. So 4 raised to the power 3 will be calculated. Okay. And 4 raised to the power 3 is 64, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Again, let me show you. Okay. So this is how you can see. Next, a raised to the power, the value of a is 5. Then by default, this 2 will be allocated to B. Clear? So as you hear the right word default. Clear? So this is the example of default parameter. Okay. Now if I again execute this, 5 raised to the power 2. So 5 is a 25. And so the output will be displayed again to you, that is 25. Clear? So this was all about your unit number 3, that is fundamentals of programming in R. Any doubt you can ask right now. Else I'm going to start unit number 4. Okay, no doubts? Okay, let me allow you guys to unmute yourself so that you can ask questions. So to ask question, you can unmute yourself now. Okay, what is while loop? See, the technical difference between for loop and while loop is like for and while both are entry control loop. Second thing that for loop is used when you know that from where you want to start and by what you want to end the execution of the loop. That is, you have a predefined start and end or stop. Okay, but when only you know the condition and you know the end, or you know starting, that is initialization. Okay, you does not know either of the thing. Either you are not aware of the end or you are not aware of the starting. Then while loop is used. Okay, then majority time what we whenever we are using while loop, we use it when we are not aware of the initialization. Clear? We want to start initialization based on the user input. And we don't know that what is user input will be, what value user is about to give to our program. Clear? We know the end. How we know the end? Because we can terminate it based on the condition. That if the condition is met, fine, loop will execute. If the condition is false, loop will not execute. This means that you know the end, but you don't know the starting of the loop. So this is where while loop is utilized. Okay. What's the chat? Okay, hold on. Okay. Let me check what other. For and while. Okay. Let me share you. Okay, hold on. Let me share you my RStudio screen again so that you can see the difference between for and while. This is how, see, with while key, okay, let me take you to for loop first. Okay, in for loop, whenever you are using for loop, there is a predefined start and end of the loop. Okay, and based on the condition, loop will be explored, output will be displayed. Clear? The same function, the same processing I can execute using while loop also. Okay. So by seeing so, you will say that, ma'am, there is no difference between for and while. But the actual difference between for and while loop is this, that while work with condition only. There is nothing like starting. Okay. So when you have predefined start as well as end, only then you should use for. But there is no predefined start. And based on condition only, you have to repeat something. You have to repeat the task. For that, you have to use while condition. You can use break and next in while and for, of course. I had showed you the implementation of break and next in loops only. See, here it is next. And this next has been placed while I was accessing elements or I was exploring the elements using for loop. Even if you wish, I can write while loop. It's not an issue. Break and next works majority times with the loops. Okay. Because why we are using these? Because we want to jump out of the loop. And this is why two keywords are used, break and next. Okay. Okay. So, okay, fine. Here it is. You want me to scroll up more? Okay, special operator. It's not special operator. It is a miscellaneous operator. We have variety of operators. Which operators you want to see? You want to discuss actually. Okay. See, operators are used to perform mathematical computation. Okay. You can perform plus, minus, multiply, divide, or you can identify a relationship among the operands, like who is greater, who is smaller. Okay. Your conditions are having output in forms of logical and logical or logical not. Clear? Next is, okay, for example, I want to check that if your age is greater than 18 and your nationality is Indian, then you are eligible for PAN card. Now to combine these two conditions, I have logical operators, logical and. Okay, so logical and states that when the output of both the condition is true, only then I will give you output true. If either of the output of the condition is false, I will give you false. Despite of logical and logical or deals with that, if any of the conditions output is true, any single conditions output is true, I will give you true. I'm fine with both if both the conditions are getting me true. And if none of the condition is getting true, then I will give you false. You have to dive little bit deep at your own also, because if I discuss this much small things with you guys, then our syllabus won't be able to complete. Okay, these things will be available to you guys, and for detail you can mail me. I will reply you, because we have a little timeline to conduct the session, that is 1 hour. Although I'm stretching it up to 1 hour and 30 minutes or up to 2 hours, but the fact is that we have only 1 hour to conduct the session. Okay, so allow me to proceed further with unit number 4, and you can mail me, you can draft a mail for me to solve your query also. Clear? And do put efforts at your side also, because operators and these things are very basic to any of the programming language. Clear? Although I had showed you the practical implementation of all of these in the previous session, rather than discussing the outdated questions or query, just discuss the things we are currently discussing in the session, like fundamentals of programming. So here what you are supposed to ask is, you are supposed to ask questions regarding if or conditional statement or function or loops. These are the things you need to discuss rather than focusing on operators, which was one session ago. Okay, so now I'm going to discuss the next unit, that is unit number 4. Okay, hold on. Let me share you my screen again. Stop sharing. Okay, where is unit number 4? Here is unit number 4, and again our studio is available. Okay, so here is your unit number 4. See, I know that you guys are from non-technical background, okay, but you cannot rely completely on me. You cannot complete dependent on me that I am going to uh, discuss each of the thing in a detail. You have to make effort at your own also. And after putting effort, if you are not able to identify the concepts or you are not able to understand the concept, then you can approach to me. I'm available every time. It's fine. But I seriously need your efforts also, because we are dealing with artificial intelligence and machine learning. At least you need a little bit technical background. And if you are not having that technical background, it's fine. Just make little efforts to understand the concepts. Okay, I'm not talking about you have to understand AI ML concepts at your own. No, you have to understand the logic or concepts working behind the programming languages. Okay. Now, coming to the next unit, that is unit number 4, and the title of the unit is R packages and scripts. Now, from today, we are going to create a foundation of your AI ML. Clear? So here we go. Next, so the very first thing is, now you are aware of R Studio and you know the basic programming concepts of R also. Okay, so how to set your working directory, like where you are going to store your R programs or these R scripts. You know R scripts. Hold on, this is the R script. Where are you are going to save it? Okay, so for this you have to set a default path. Okay, that default path can be set. There are two options for that actually. Okay, so option 1 is that you can go to session. So have a concentration on the screen, please. You can go to session tab, and from there you can select set working directory. And here you have to choose your directory, because I had already set my directory. Okay. So in case you had not set it, you can set it from over here. So by default, your R programs will be stored by default at the path you will select over here. Clear? Now, the fact is, because I had already set my working directory. Now, the fact is that you want to see that where my working directory is. So for that, I need to just write a function on my console screen that get WD. Get means fetch, WD means working directory. And as I run it, as you can see, my working directory is D drive, name of my folders, and where this is the place where my programs are getting stored by default. Why? Because I had set my working directory. Clear? Directory means nothing but the folder. Okay. So this is the first thing. By clicking on session, in session you have set working directory. In there you have to choose your directory path, and by doing so, like choose directory, no, files and folders are getting displayed to you. So just choose your working directory, and the R programs will be stored there by default. Clear? And to see that what path you had set, you need to write get WD function on console screen, not on the script area. Okay, you have to write get WD on console screen, and by executing, same control enter is the way to execute this function. You will get your current working directory path. Okay, now next, second option. See, you were having get WD to get the working directory path. Likewise, same, you can have set WD function to, set WD function to set your working directory environment. Okay. Replace whatever path has been provided to you with the path you want to give. Now, the fact is that how to see that what path you require. Okay, so for that, wherever you create your R program folder, just right click on that folder. You will find an option, last option will be open, that is properties. Clear? By clicking on properties, you will be given the location. There is a tab called location. Clear? So by clicking on it, copying that complete location, you can provide your working directory path to RStudio using the command setwd. Okay. Dear loops part, partial of the loops part is available in the recorded session, and today also some of the part has been taken by me. Okay. Because I had showed you, I guess I had not guess. I'm sure that I had showed you the practical implementation today as well as in the last session. Because in the last session, there was an interruption and automatically the session got terminated. Okay. Okay, option 1. Fine. So option 1 is using the session tab. Okay. In session tab, you have to see, you have to click on the set working directory. From there, you can click on choose directory, and based on that, you can go to that specific file or folder location where you want to store your R script. Okay. Next is set WD. Okay. By writing setwd, you have to replace the file path with whatever be your desired file path. Okay, and to see whether your working directory is set or not, you can write get wd function. Okay, now next topic is installing the packages. Okay, now very first thing, what is package? Package is the library, is the collection of predefined stuff. That predefined can be object, function, that predefined can be anything. Even the variable names are predefined. Some of the keywords are predefined, like if, for, next, break. These were the predefined statements. Okay, these were the keywords. Then we had used print function, we had used str function, had function. These are also predefined. So to use these type of predefined function, you need to install packages. For basic functionality, you need not to install packages. But to use specific type of functionality, you need to install packages. For example, let me take you to the RStudio again. See, this is your RStudio screen. This is script area, your work area. This is the console screen. This is environment area, okay? And this is your plotting area. Now, as you can see that, if you remember, one of the plot we had seen, but next to plot, there are packages. Okay. Whenever you install RStudio, by default, some of the packages has been installed already, whether you want or not. These are the basic packages that has been installed on your system. Okay. So using these packages, you can do anything. Okay, at least basic functionality is provided to you guys by RStudio. You need not to install this. Clear? Now, how about if I want to install a specific package? For example, I want to install a package known as MICE, M-I-C-E, or dplyr, D-P-L-Y-R. These are the certain packages that we used for our data pre-processing. And these are the advanced packages. Unless and until you know the basic, you are not going to use the advanced packages. Clear? So let me show you how to install packages. Okay, for example, here, as you can see, there is no such package called MICE. These are alphabetically arranged. Okay, can you see MICE? No, it is MIME, MIME. Okay, so I want to install package MICE. So the IntelliSense list has been appeared and I'm going to write install.packages mice. So as I execute this, now it will take some time to get connect to the crane. Okay. Remember, crane is the repository from where you had download your REXE. Okay. So as you can see that this red sign has been displayed, this means here it is displaying stop, STOP. Okay, so do not interrupt it because it is getting connected with the Crane Studio. By default, all the packages are reposited at Crane Studio. Crane, okay, not Crane Studio, but at Crane projects. Clear? So it will take so much time to get connected, of course. Okay. Now, after your package gets installed, next thing you need to cross check is either you can search for that over here. Okay. Or you can type that thing at here, like there is nothing like mice. Okay. Or to load that package into your system or into your current script area, you need to write library function, and in library function you need to write mice. Clear? So like this you can cross check that whether that mice has been installed or not. Okay, it will take so much time to get installed, so I'm just stopping it. Okay, I'm just interfering in the execution of R. So I had just stopped it. Okay. Okay, let me check what people has written. Yes, of course it will get installed. Okay. One option is this install.packages. And if you need, you can also click on install R package. The window will be open to you. That is crane repository. You can write over here also mice, install dependencies also, and install. By doing so, this is the second way you can install packages in your RStudio. Okay. So, shall we proceed? Because it will take so much time right now. Okay. Now, let me take you back. Okay. So, install.packages, name of the package, and library to check whether the package has loaded or not. Name of the package. Clear? So, these are the two prompts you need to use in RStudio to install the package as well as to load the package. Next is now, second step, because you need to work on a data set. Okay, your data set can be in any form: CSV, XLS, XLSX, or SPSS, or Stata, or R data source, or any type of data source. It can be. So the thing is that how you are going to get the data set. Clear? First thing, either you can collect dataset manually by going door to door, or you can conduct an online survey by creating a Google form. By that, you can circulate this you can circulate that form to your friends, relatives, colleagues, or anyone. Okay, your friend circle, anyone. Okay. Next, if you want to use the predefined or pre-available, already available or already existed data set, what you need to do is you need to write the name of the complete name or path of online path. This is the online path. Okay. As you can see that here HTTPS has been written. Okay. You need to give or provide the complete URL in double quotes. This URL is none but my variable name for my recognition. Okay, because I want to recognize that what is what. Because in a program, we have multiple variables. So the name of the variable will be decided by us only. And you must use only such type of variable name which are easily recognizable to you. If I write over here A or X or B, P, D, F, if I write like this, I will not be able to recognize or memorize that in what variable I had stored what. Clear? So because I need to store the URL, I had defined a variable name URL. Clear? Now, to download the file and saving it on our local machine, we need to write the function download.file function. Here we will pass the URL. If you had created this URL variable, only then you can use URL, or this complete path with double quotes can be written over here. Okay. And after downloading it, what name you want to give it, that name is data.csv. I also want to save it on my local machine, on my local system with the name data.csv. Clear? So this is the way I can download data from internet. Okay. Next. Now, that thing was downloading the data. Downloading data means that you had saved that data set on your local machine. But how you will get that data set into your RStudio? Okay, so for that, there is a technical team that is import. Clear? So to get any data set in your RStudio, whatever data set you had downloaded, see, one thing is you can do it in this way, or directly you can go online to that application, on that web application or on that website. You just right click on download, and the data set is available to you on your local machine in the download folder. Clear? Likewise, earlier you were doing. But in R, if you want to see, this is the way to do it. Next, now I had downloaded my data set. For example, let me show you the thing that I had also my data set. Okay, let me share you my screen. Okay, like this. Okay, just hold on. There is an issue. Okay, fine. Okay, let me share you my complete screen so it will be available to you, visible to you. Okay. Okay, let me take you to my data set, please. Okay, I had downloaded my data set in my downloads. Okay, but from downloads, because it was online, so after downloading it, I had saved that data set in my folder, that is rprogs. I created a new folder, that is dataset folder, and there I just pasted that downloaded dataset. Clear? So this is my downloaded dataset, that is brittleness index. And if you open this, you will have an Excel sheet. As by default you can see it, but the fact is that the extension of this file is CSV, that is comma separated value. Okay, so as you can see that in this Excel sheet, there are some values has been displayed, NAs has been displayed, and TK104, TK105, TK107 are the name of my columns, that is column headings. Okay, and the complete data set is having 23 records only. Now, the thing is that, do I need to open my Excel sheet manually on my system? No, I have my R Studio. I have that technique. I know how to open this data sheet in my R Studio. I can. How to do it? Let me show you. Okay. So here this is our R Studio. Fine. Because we had interrupted the R Studio. So because earlier it was stopped. So again, warning has been mentioned, displayed to you. Okay. So next is you want to import data set. Clear? So the way, here is the way to import the data set, because that file was a CSV file. Hold on. Okay, here it is. If you want to see what type of file it is, just right click on the folder, go to properties, as I had mentioned earlier. You can see that what is the type of file. This file is comma separated value file, CSV. Okay, so my data set file type is CSV, and by default, all CSV files uses XLSX format. That is, they use Excel sheet to display their data. To get the location of this brittleness index data set, here is the location. In D drive, there is a folder Toshi. In that Toshi folder, there is MBA, then OMBA, IML306, and blah, 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 whatever be the path. Okay. So from here, you can copy the complete path. Just use Control C. Okay. Next, coming to your R Studio, what you need to do is, okay, when you are about to import your data in R Studio, because now we know that it is a CSV type of file. So to read the CSV, to import the CSV files in our program, in our R Studio, you have a function read.csv. Okay, let me type it again. B index is the name of my variable in which I'm going to store my data set. Okay, now here, read, see, intelligence list has been displayed to you. Just to avoid your confusion, I'm just writing it again. read CSV, and in double quotes, you have to paste that complete path. Okay. Now, what you need to do is that first thing you need to add the name of the file, and the name of the file is brittle index, if you remember, which has not been displayed right now. Okay. So brittleness index, the way it has been written, you have to copy it to avoid any problem while importing the file in RStudio. See, I was writing capital B, right? Brittleindex.csv extension. Okay. Now, this is how you can give your file path. Second step you need to do is that these are backward slashes. Okay. What you need to do is you need to convert it into forward slash. Each backward slashes will be replaced by the backward slash. Okay. Either you can convert all of the backslashes into forward slash, or your backslash was looking like this. What you need to do is add one more. This is the way you give the proper file location of your data set. Clear? Rather than using this, the best way is just convert your backslashes into forward slashes. And this is what I had done. Now, brittleness data is name of my variable. I had read my CSV file. Okay. Now the things need to be implemented. So as I execute this, nothing has been displayed. I want to see the first 5 records that are available in brittleness data, because brittleness data is the name of my variable, which is holding the complete data set. Clear? So had brittleness data. So here you can see that first 6 records has been displayed to us. Okay. Here you can also conclude that TK 104, 105, 107 are the name of our columns. Okay. I want to see that how many records are available to me in this data set. So total there are 23 records and 3 number of columns. Clear? Any doubt till now? You can ask. Let me see the chat. Why you want to execute error? My question is this to Mr. Bhavesh Sharma. Why you want to execute 404? This error is appeared when your RStudio is not able to establish connection with Crane projects. Okay. So you need not to execute this error. Rather, you need to solve the error. Okay. See, I'm not the person who seeks for error, but when I get error from my RStudio or from any of the editor or IDE while working on any of the programming language, I prefer to sort it down rather than getting that error. And you are trying to get the error. Okay. Don't seek that. Rather, go with the solution based approach. Okay, dear. So, any doubt regarding how to import data? Okay, let me check the chat again. See, do not write the location of your file. Okay, what you need to do is you just need to write read.csv, just put double quote, and in these double quotes, just go to the place where your data set is available. Okay, just do single click on that, then press right click. In the properties, you will get the complete file location. You need not to type it because 101% you will do mistakes. Okay. So copy that location, paste that location. add one more backslash, and this is the name of your data set. Initially, you had copied the location of the file. Now you need to copy the name of the file. So, okay, this is how, and add the extension, that is .csv. Fine. Now you have the complete location of the file. Now the fact is that all our this path will not work. And the reason is RStudio is not able to identify these black slashes and it will give you an error. So in any of the programming language, you are using or you are trying to import anything external of the IDE or editors, what you need to do is replace backslash with the forward slashes. Okay. And your file path will work properly. Clear? So this is the proper way to write your file location. This is the proper way to write your dataset name with extension. If you forget writing the extension, then it is not working for you. Okay. It seems good when you guys are already implementing the stuff at your own systems. Good thing. So this is the way to import the data. Okay. Now hold on. Let me delete it. Using head function, you will get the top 6 records. Using dim function, these are the predefined function. Using dim function, you will get the dimension, that is how many number of records are available and how many columns are there. As you can see, there are 3 columns, so they are mentioned already. And total number of records are 23. Even to cross check, you can go to your Excel sheet in your data set. Okay. But one statutory warning to everyone. When you are about to execute this statement, that is read.csv, make sure that your data set, you had not opened that data set in Excel or you had not clicked that data set. Because if it is visible to you over here, then it will not visible to you in RStudio. Okay, so to import the data set in your RStudio, you need to make sure that you just close it before you are executing this statement. Else, file will not open. Clear? Now, coming next. Okay. Are you guys able now to load the data set? Any doubt? Till the data set, because because we are working in a time foundation. Okay, so it's been already about 2 p.m. Okay, so allow me to because next session is about to start, so I request you all to just if you have any question, just ask me. After a few minutes, we will leave the meeting. Okay, next we will continue in the next session. Okay, and also I'm trying to get one more session for you guys so that you can see the implementation of each and everything. Just hold on. Okay. I'm sharing you my feedback form link. Okay. So it is a humble request to fill it. Fine. Okay. Because we have a few more minutes, so let us explore our data set. Okay. Let me take you to the RStudio screen again so that okay. So this is the way you can import the data set in R. Fine. You had seen the dimensions of the data set. You can also print the summary. That is, you want to see the descriptive statistics, that is first quartile, mean, median, and so on. You can again, for that, you can use summary function. Fine. You got, for all the columns, different values are getting displayed to you on the console screen. Fine. Now, we want to identify that in this unit, we are going to deal with the missing data. Missing data means what? Okay, hold on. We had discussed the thing that how to import data set in R. This is the syntax wise format. If you wish, you can directly import your data set in R. See, in environment, you are having an option of import data set based on the type of your data set, because my type of data set is CSV. So from text base, I will go to select my complete folder, that is MBA 306 rprogs dataset, and the name of the dataset I have selected. Open, import. So the complete data set will be imported to you. So this is also a type of shortcut. Rather than opening your Excel sheet, you can import your data set in two ways. First way was you need to use read.csv function to import the CSV file, because we are having CSV file. Second way to import data set is in environment, click import data set, select the file path, and your data set will be implemented. Okay. So this is the thing you can see over here also. And you can see that there are some NAs in your data set. Now, because you know this, okay, I want to check that whether my data set is having missing values or not. So for that, there is a function known as is.na. Okay. So any is.na in my brittleness data, if I execute this, I will get true. Why true? Because our data set is having some NAs in it. Clear? In TK105, we have 2 NAs, and in TK104, we have 3 NAs. So our data set is having NA. NA means missing value, which signifies that not applicable or not available. That is, value is not available. Clear? So to check that whether our data set is having NAs or not, NA or NAN. NAN stands for not a number. Okay, so if any of the data set is having NA or NAN, you can use this function. Any is.NA, it will give you true or false. Okay, if it is true, this means that your data set is having missing value. And if it is false, this means that your data set is having none of the missing value. Clear? Next, we will continue in our next session. Okay. So thank you guys for attending the session. Make sure you come prepared in the next session with all of these things, like how to explore the data. We had already discussed because descriptive statistics and so on. So now from today, I had created your foundation. We had done the foundation activity of dealing with AI/ML concepts. Okay, importing the data set, installing the packages, and to some extent, now you are exploring the data set. Clear? So thank you so much for paying attention. Have a happy learning. And the things, the PPTs and everything will be available to you guys on Swayam portal. Okay. Thank you for paying attention. If any doubt you still had, you can mail me. It's fine. I will reply you in a day or two. Okay. Thank you so much. One more thing, I had shared you my feedback form link. Kindly fill it. Okay.